Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to speak in general to my bill. And before I get into my remarks, I want to thank the people who I've had the opportunity to get to know, who have lived a life of being incarcerated and reintroduced into society to become productive citizens, to lead in the advocacy of this issue. A good friend like Reverend Kevin Harris, and Nation Outside, and Justice Leadership, and all the advocates, formerly incarcerated, returning citizens who work hard every day to make sure that this moment happened in this 100th legislature, so I want to thank them. Prosecuting justice involved youth in our adult criminal justice system is simply wrong. Michigan is one of only 4 states in the country that treats 17-year-olds the same as fully developed adults in the criminal justice system, regardless of the offense. This has debilitating consequences for our state's youth as they make mistakes that juvenile system is equipped to address, but can't because of our state's antiquated law. Rectifying the way we deal with crimes committed by 17-year-olds in Michigan is an important step forward in improving our criminal justice system and ensuring better outcomes for our state. We have seen the unfortunate consequences of housing youth with adult inmates and the effects it has on their future. When youth are incarcerated in adult facilities that lack appropriate treatment and are exposed to conditions that degrade their dignity and harm their development, youth incarcerated in adult prisons are 5 times more likely to suffer abuse and assault than youth in age-appropriate, secure care, and 34% more likely to be rearrested later for a violent crime. Minors caught up in the adult criminal justice system are harmed by the stigma of criminal conviction and the cost of incarceration. No child should be jailed and fear the lifelong consequences of a criminal conviction that bar them from housing, future employment, and other opportunities. Not when there are better options available that allow for evidence-based and more effective interventions for youth and their family. And this does not mean that we don't prosecute our young people who have done something wrong. We are not sending them to Cedar Point. There are consequences, but we want to make sure we rehabilitate. Holding justice-involved youth accountable for offenses the way we do adults makes little sense and leaves no room for rehabilitation. It ruins their lives, their families' lives, and negatively impacts our communities. Raising the age of criminal responsibility has the potential to keep more youth out of incarceration and in programs focused on rehabilitation, which is key to reducing recidivism, while still ensuring public safety. We have an opportunity to change the life trajectory of young people in our state for generations to come, ensuring that misguided choices aren't leading to a life in and out of incarceration. We must treat teens like teens and set them on a positive path that leads to becoming productive, contributing members of our state. While the chance to achieve this change in the law was lost in previous sessions, I am pleased that it is not today. It is long past time for Michigan to join the 46 other states who have made this important investment in justice. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I ask my colleagues to join me in supporting this legislation.